Hey everyone, this is Alex from ninjateacher.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking a little bit about the introductory video that you should do if you're planning to teach English in Korea, and why you should do this introductory video for searching for jobs, what it's going to do for you, and I'm going to give you some tips and a structure to use to get started with making this video and applying to teach English in Korea. So right now I'm actually in Thailand, and behind me you can see beautiful sunsets. It's really amazing out here, and I'm actually living in this really beautiful spot, and it's all on savings from teaching English in Korea. So you can save a lot of money teaching just in 1 year teaching in Korea, and as well as it being a great experience, that's one of the amazing benefits. So if you want to find out more about teaching in Korea, check out the video guide I have over there, and you can find out exactly how to get started. But for now, we're going to go through this introductory video, and I'll tell you a little bit about why it's important to make one of these when you're applying for jobs. So when you're applying for jobs in Korea, you're going to be sending out your resume to recruiters, and they're going to be giving you job options. Now, one of the great things you can do is make an introductory video where you get the chance to convey your personality, your interests, and tell people why you would be a good teacher for their school and for teaching in Korea. Now, some recruiters will actually request that you have one of these introductory videos, so it's a good thing to do no matter what. But even if they don't, you can send it through to them, and then the school will get a chance to see what you're like as a person, and that will help you out with your job hunting. So the first thing that I'm gonna suggest you do, and bear in mind while you're making this video, is that the way you come across is very important. If you put yourself out there as a friendly, enthusiastic, genuine person, then the school's gonna see that and wanna hire you. Because you're gonna be working with kids, you wanna give off a vibe of being very friendly, caring, like a nice person. And if you do this, then the school's gonna see that and want you to teach the little kids, because they'll know that the kids will like you. While I've been working with my clients to help them find jobs, I've found that the biggest problem with these introductory videos is that they're just talking in kind of a monotone, very factual way. And the biggest thing is they're not smiling enough. That's probably the number one thing I'd say you should do, is just smile a lot. They want to see that you're friendly, likable, and just focus on that one thing alone. And then the content itself probably isn't even as important. Then as far as the actual structure of the video goes, I would say make it about 5 minutes long. Anything longer than that will just be too boring and long, and you don't want to try and keep someone's attention for that long. You'll see even on all my videos in teaching in Korea, very few of them go over 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, and that's because people's attention spans just don't last that long nowadays. So focus on getting everything you want to say in within 5 minutes, and then there's a couple of points which I recommend you make in your video. So the first one is just to introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm Alex, I'm from South Africa, I'm this kind of person. Tell them a little bit about your personality, a little bit about your background, your education, just some basic facts, and a little bit about your personality, maybe even a little bit about what you like and are interested in. Then next up, I would jump straight into why you want to teach and be a teacher, and also what you can bring to the table as a teacher. So say a little bit about your interest in coming to Korea, what it is about Korea that you find attractive, maybe it's the culture, traveling around, but also make sure to focus on the actual teaching side of things and say why you'd like to be a teacher and what you can do for these children as a teacher. So you can mention your strengths, tell them how your personality will come through, what you plan to do with the students, what kind of activities you focus on, your teaching philosophy. Go into a little bit of detail and try and focus on things that will make you sound like a proficient teacher. Even if you're not one yet, you don't have to have experience coming to teach in Korea, but just make sure that you have something to say about what you'd go about doing and how you'd go about teaching. Then you can go into a little bit of detail about your interests, what you like, what kind of person you are outside of the classroom. Maybe make yourself seem a little bit more relatable, make yourself a real person so that they know they're working with someone who has interests and is not just going to go by the textbook and be really boring. you really want to focus on being that charismatic, enthusiastic person who the kids will like, the parents of the kids will like, and that overall you'll be attractive to a school who's wanting to hire a teacher to, teach their kids English and keep them engaged and entertained and better their education. Now, I'll just end off with a couple of filming tips. Now, you can film with anything, iPhone, smartphone. Nowadays, the cameras on those are really great, so you don't have to, go out and purchase a great camera or anything like that. And then what I recommend is you get some basic editing software. For Mac, you can get iMovie, which is free. You can get Windows Movie Maker if you have a PC. And then you're going to be wanting to edit your video a little bit in a certain specific way. And I'll explain that right now. So as you're filming the video, what I recommend is you take pauses in between each main point you make. So a lot of people try and film one continuous video and then they lose track of what they wanted to say. They start to put in a lot of ums and ahs. I'm guilty of that, I did too. But if you want to minimize that, then the best thing to do is focus on your next point, film it, take a pause, and then move on to the next point. Then after you've done that, you can go ahead and edit it in your editing software. Just cut out the pauses. You can use a transition between them, or just, you don't even have to do that. And then after that, you can take your editing software and you just cut out those pauses, make it nice and streamlined, and then your video is going to be much more succinct, to the point, and you're not going to have made as many mistakes and mumbles and stuff like that. Then the other important thing is you want to get your vibe as happy and outgoing and enthusiastic as possible. So right now, if you saw me standing in front of this camera and in real life you saw me talking, I would look totally over animated and like people would be wondering why this guy is talking like that. But on camera, I come across as quite chilled and laid back, because when you're on camera, you do have to amp that up a little bit and actually put your energy levels a little bit higher so that when you are on camera, it looks kind of normal actually. So that goes back to the point that I made about the number one problem being the vibe that people give off, way too boring, not enthusiastic. So what you can do for this is actually do a couple of takes. And you'll find that if you go ahead and do 1, 2, 3 takes, the last one, or even the one in the middle, will be the best one, because you've got more loosened up on the camera, you're not as in your head, and you're giving off a better mood and energy than you were before. And don't worry about refilming it a few times. If you get tired and you can't think clearly anymore and you can't get it out in one go, by the end of the first day, just film it the next day when you've got more energy and you're feeling better. Because it is a process, and you'll see, like if you look at my videos from a year ago, they're really not good. And I'm by no means amazing on camera right now, but I have improved a lot. So you can even improve in a short space of time if you redo it a few times. For example, one of my clients, he sent me his video and I gave him a few pointers, asked him to redo it. And the next one he sent to me, I was like, wow, this is 10 times better. He was smiling more, gave off a really good vibe, and he actually got a job very soon after that. So that's the tips I have for you today. Hopefully you'll find them useful for applying for jobs. If you are interested in teaching English in Korea, I do help people get placed in jobs. So give me a shout if you're interested, or check out the free guide that I have on how to get started teaching English in Korea. So subscribe to my channel for more videos about teaching, and I'll speak to you very soon.